Hi, this is Jack. Look, I'm going to just go through a few slides here and explain to you why Grafana is the perfect solution for your Kubernetes platform. Now, if you look at it in history, Kubernetes was released in 2014, 2015, and around the same time, Grafana was also released into the wild, and the company was also formed around 2014. So what we noticed is that around the same time as Kubernetes was released, one of the biggest challenges was with metrics to orchestrate your Kubernetes platform. And what happened was Prometheus was released into the wild. And as Prometheus was released, everyone needed to visualize it. So Grafana became the de facto visualization stack. So if anyone had Kubernetes, they would have Prometheus. If they had Prometheus, they will have Grafana. Grafana will be the platform to visualize and analyze the entire data that is monitoring your Kubernetes platform. So what I'll do, I will go out of my slides now and talk about the dashboards. Now, you are aware that Grafana has got, over 6,000, almost 6,000 different dashboards on our Grafana dashboard site. This is the URL. You can go into here and just search for Kubernetes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a search for Kubernetes, and just like that, it comes up. And if I just narrow it down, it's about, I believe it'll be about around 400 plus different Kubernetes dashboards available. Now, you will notice the first thing that comes up is monitoring Kubernetes with Grafana. It talks about Kubernetes monitoring in Grafana Cloud, and I'll show you a demo of that. But if you do not want to go with Grafana Cloud, then you can use some of these different dashboards that are available, right? Which you can use to, for example, cluster monitoring, and you can see how many people have downloaded each of these, right? For example, there's about 1 million for cluster monitoring for Kubernetes. There's like 2 million downloads for Kubernetes cluster autoscaler. So you can do that. But for this demo, I'm going to show how we're using Grafana Cloud to monitor your Kubernetes. So what happens, I will go to my Grafana Cloud account. This is my Grafana Cloud. As you can see, that's my name, and it's appearing on Grafana Cloud. You can set up Grafana Cloud for free. Just go to grafana.com and you can set it up. So when you set up Grafana Cloud, you will have all these ready-made panels for you, right? For example, you have panels for dashboards that are start, your favorite dashboards. You can explore, alerts, reports, incidents, machine learning, Grafana on-call, integrations, and most importantly, Kubernetes monitoring. So I'll just select that, right? And all you have to do is basically start sending your data from your Kubernetes platform. And to do that, you will have to install the Grafana agent that comes with the right keys, which have the right APIs that will make sure the data is transmitted from your network into Grafana Cloud secure. So therefore, there's no issues with security, right? And it appears in your Grafana Cloud account. Once you have installed that, then you will have the options of selecting which clusters or which conditions. Now, I do not have a Kubernetes platform in my local network, but you will have that, and you will get ready-made dashboards, right, for your Kubernetes. So for example, here are all the dashboards for resource consumptions, right? And you can see there's and I'll show you a couple very shortly. So for example, you got multi-cluster, cluster, namespace, right? These are examples. And if we keep going down, there's also some for cluster operations, Kubernetes integration, kubelet, persistent volumes. These are all ready-made dashboards that you can use, right? And then, of course, you also have ready-made alerts that can be set up. And these are for your Kubernetes platform, right? Whether it's resources, system, apps, right? And of course, you can configure further here. You can, basically uninstall the dashboards from your Grafana Cloud account. You can look at the agent configuration. Remember, I said, as a Grafana Cloud customer, you'll have a Grafana agent that you have to install onto your Kubernetes platform, and that will send to the Prometheus system running on Grafana Cloud, right? And these are some of the other options that you can modify if you want to. But most importantly, you want to use the dashboards. And do not worry, the instructions are all on our documentation. So it's all step by step. if you are intelligent enough to use Kubernetes, then this will be a piece of work for you. From here, I'll just go into the examples of those dashboards. So here's an example of Kubernetes compute resources. So, you can see, which Kubernetes clusters you have. In this example, I only have one, but in your world, you have a lot of different Kubernetes clusters. You can see the CPU, requests, limits, memory, right? And then you can see a pattern over time, CPU usage, right? CPU quota, wavefront collector. These are all the different different pods that are in your network for your Kubernetes. You can go further down to memory usage with cache, memory requests, right? And if I go further down, there's more different panels in there that gives you network visibility of your Kubernetes platform. And this goes on and on, as you can see in here, right? What will be interesting is when you want to just go straight into one, you can just drill down from one of these examples here. For example, I can just go up here and say, I see this is has got a lot of CPU usage on my wavefront collector, right? So I can just click on it and, I'll just discard that, and then it will take me to the actual pod, right, which will have information for that particular collector. So that's an example of drilling down. Then you also have other dashboards, like, for example, networking, right? You want to see, the resolution every 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 1 hour, up to you, right? And then, which data source, which cluster that you're looking at. And you can see, right, from a current bandwidth, for example, transmitted network bytes, right, the status, whether what's the current bandwidth, etc., packets dropped, right? And then if I keep going down, you can see there's other different panels like average bandwidth and bandwidth history. So these are all out of the box, ready for you to use. You can go further if you want to see, errors, for example, right? This will show me errors in my Kubernetes platform, right? So that's all this. The beauty of all of this is that, Grafana was designed for Kubernetes and Prometheus, and you can just utilize our ready-made Kubernetes integration out of Grafana Cloud. So if I go back into where we were earlier, the dashboard section, you can also in here look for other dashboard, for example, Cassandra, right? And now we'll come up with 10 different dashboards for Cassandra, right? You can also download any of them. For example, let's look at which one has got the most amount of downloads. You can see this one has got 5,000 over downloads and it's got 3.5 star rating. And this one here has got 5-star rating, but only 200 downloads. So you have a few choices. So I'll just go with this one here, right? And in here, you can see these are some of the dashboards that you can get out of the Cassandra plugins, right? And again, similar to the Kubernetes, right? You can start using this out of the box to start visualizing your data, right? And analyzing. And as you can see that, it will go on and on. This usage, compaction, connected clients, hinted, etc. So that gives you an idea of what you can or cannot achieve with the Grafana system. I hope this makes sense. And please, if you want to go and try Grafana Cloud, just go to grafana.com, and in there you can just click create a free account, and immediately you will get the entire the beauty of using whatever I just showed to you. Thank you.